Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta get the right tunes on right now. Narcos time. We're just gonna replay this shit. Mel Pasta, thank you for the 5 gifted. Guys, I know I also missed a lot of bits and subs. I will thank all of those after this arc is, after we get some chill time. We just haven't had much chill time. We've just been kind of going. This parking lot or the back one?
Big one right here.
Ooh.
Big one. And the small one. Up ahead. Yeah.
Small
Right
one.
here. Yeah. No, up ahead. No, up ahead.
This one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. Why does it say I have a gun on me? Oops. I don't actually have a gun. It was bugged.
Hello, Mickey. Hello, Mr. Buddha. We meet again.
How's it going, Sophia?
It's going well. Is this what you normally write in, Mr. Buddha?
Yeah, sometimes. Why?
Bueno, usually I'm only in these when I'm in Vegas after 7 shots of tequila, about to vomit, but I suppose that's besides the point. So, you said you wanted to show me what you have. I'm actually curious. What is it, which version of this beautiful national treasure from my hometown of Colombia you have?
Here's the deal. Why are you so curious, Sophia?
Okay, Mr. Buddha, let me explain this to you, because I think perhaps sometimes it's harder because English is not my best language, so it can be hard to understand me at times. Let me paint this picture for you. Imagine for the last 2 months, you yourself, Mr. Buddha, not me, Sophia, have been involved in the dealings of cocaine, in the dealings of cocaine. Y tu hijo, Mr. Jimmy, your sons, Jimmy and Timmy, and your husband are all involved in it as well. And suddenly, out of nowhere, one day you wake up and 3 or 4 different gentlemen tell you, Sophia, let me show you what I have, and they show me bags of cocaine. That would be a little alarming, don't you think, for multiple reasons. One, because I would be concerned that the police are eventually going to trace that cocaine and wonder where the fuck it came from. And since there's an ongoing investigation on my family already, they would think that it's us that's like mass distributing it, like it's welfare checks or something.
I have a question. Why would people having cocaine be a surprise to you if you're selling cocaine to the city?
Because we were very careful in the quantities that we sold to Mickey. And when I wake up and Benji has bags of cocaine and he's asking me if I want to buy some from him. And then when Tony tells me yesterday he has a surprise for me and he comes with bags of cocaine as well. And these are people that I already know prior. That, they didn't, if they would have had it before, they would have told me. So
it sounds like you guys weren't really selling cocaine. I mean, you guys were somewhat selling it.
Mickey, I'm trying to be very amicable. Is this the word in English? ¿Cómo se dice amicable? Como una amistad. I'm trying to be very amicable, about this. So,
amicable. So you tweeted out a picture of me with my face mutilated and said plato u plomo.
It took me
and I've also threatened about a coffin, talked about putting me in ashes.
Sophia.
Yes. But
we understand
can I just finish?
Listen.
Yeah, Mr.
Look,
Buddha.
we understand your concerns. We understand your questions. But the way you went about all this from the get-go was threatening to kill Mickey.
Because he's supposed to be somebody that would at least, Mickey knows what my son is involved in, Mr. Buddha, and I thought Mickey and I were friends. So for him to be doing this and not tell me or tell Jimmy or tell Nino.
How can I tell
would
Jimmy if
me.
he's not here?
Okay, Mickey, do you not have my number?
Listen,
I was
I don't
upset
know.
with you, Mickey, because I expected a little common courtesy of you at least letting me know, hey, Sophia, I got my hands on this, and Jimmy is not the only one that's going to be dealing with this from now on. But nothing. It was like from Benji, from Tony, from fucking Peter,
Well, you know now.
And the issue is that, Sophia, we're just never gonna deal or answer to a fucking child, period.
Jimmy, the way that you have to see it, Mr. Buddha, you're familiar with my husband, right? I'm assuming you guys are friends.
We're very good friends. In fact, we're business partners.
Have you fucked him? Oh,
Sometimes, yeah. Actually, a few times, yeah.
Yes, a lot of his associates tell me that they fucked him too, or fucked with him or something. Yes, so imagine Jimmy is that billboard, right? That billboard over there is advertising the drone phones or whatever, the shattered bots. Jimmy is the billboard, but my husband is the company behind the billboard. So, it's not necessarily Jimmy's, I will say my son has made some questionable decisions when it comes to this business. But at the end of the day, I'm a mother. You understand that, right? It would be very hard for me, almost in fact impossible for me to just fuck my son over. I'm Colombian, Mr. Buddha. There's two things about us that you should know. Family comes before everything, and we're loyal, from the moment we're born to the moment we die. That's why I take things like the issue with Mickey very seriously, because as a friend, I would just hope he would let me know what's going on.
I don't know if Mickey would
But that's
feel
all
that
in the
inclined.
past now. I'm
Yeah,
not
I just, that's a little weird though. Like, there's no reason Mickey should feel that way.
Conflict about cocaine. It's just not worth my time.
Also, it's not like Mickey was the one leading this operation. Mickey's just, Mickey's
and my husband's meth
just, Mickey's working for Lang on this, honestly.
But moving forward, I want to see how we can work an arrangement that you, Mr. Buddha, are able to still, with Mickey and the Clean Cartel or whatever the name is you guys are going with, continue with this entrepreneur pursuit, but also not keep my family in the dark away from it.
I mean, yeah, you guys can go ahead and sell.
Mr. Buddha, may I ask, what made you decide to go into this business? Did you do it for money?
Here's the thing, Sophia. You know nothing about me. I've always been in this business.
In the business of coke?
Yes.
So I don't know why I've been told that coke wasn't in the city for a long time.
A lot of people don't know fucking shit, Sophia. People talk out their ass like they do know some shit, but they really don't.
Bro.
Oh. Well, this is some friends of yours are the ones who told me this, but...
Yeah, but number one, let's get a little secret to stay at the top. You don't let your friends know what the fuck you're doing most of the time.
I suppose you have a good point there, yes. That's true.
A lot of my business is very, very private.
I can respect that. Privacy is really important to me and my family as well.
I don't think they have coke.
Well, I mean, let me tell you this. How do you think you just randomly woke up one day and Otto giving you, coke, giving to Jimmy, this, and that just came out of nowhere? Or do you think somebody was supplying him?
I'm gonna say some famous words to you, Mr. Buddha. My husband is a man of many qualities. A lot of people think that he's not a good man or a man that is worth.
I don't think they have coke, guys.
They tell me, Sophia, what are you doing with this crazy Australian man? But a lot of people don't know that, he's a little fluffy bear inside, that was raised by kangaroos, and he had a hard upbringing. But my husband knows a guy. Are you familiar with this saying, I know a guy?
I am familiar with that saying, which brings me to my exact point, though.
Are you that guy,
Who do you
Mr.
think
Buddha?
that guy was? I'm just a guy, Sophia.
So, entonces, Mr. Buddha, tú me tienes que decir en este momento, ¿tú eres colombiano?
No, I'm not Colombian.
¿Eres mexicano?
I'm not Mexican.
So, where did you pick up the trait? Because this is a trait that was passed on from my ancestors onto the other ancestors, onto the little kids in Colombia. You know, we grew up in the mountains, running from one side of the mountains to the other, putting the cocaine seeds all over the fields. This is a trait we learned from our ancestors, the Akunani. So how did you learn about it?
Okay, it's coca plants, and you don't need to put
Sophia,
the
like
seeds.
I told you, I keep my
They
business
grow like
very,
it grows all
very
over the
private.
place. It's not cocaine seeds, it's coca.
And I
For
would,
God's sakes.
and I would,
You're just like my husband, essentially.
And I would
You
ask
could literally
you-
be husband number 2. I know a
and
guy is the
Sophia,
answer.
listen. I would ask you to think much bigger. The world has evolved to points you cannot understand. And no
Are you calling
disrespect
me
the
dumb?
Colombians. No disrespect the Colombians, but they're not the only ones who can grow and produce this shit.
Oh,
Period.
that is true.
Yeah, Peru actually makes a lot of it.
Peru makes garbage that is laced with all types of chemicals. Listen, we are not the only ones that
Wait,
make
Colombian
it, Mr.
cocaine
Buddha.
is laced with chemicals, though.
No, yes, some lace it with chemicals, but we did not build the empire that
The
we.
entire
my family
premise
did
of
not build
coke is
the
that it's
empire
laced
that
with
we did
chemicals.
because we grow
It's made
shit
with chemicals.
Have you been to Colombia before, Mr. Buddha?
I've been all over the place, Sophia.
Okay, well, next time you go to Colombia, I want you to land in Barranquilla, you know, the international airport in Barranquilla, and drive 2 hours north to the mountains and look at those beautiful fields and tell me if you think we grow cocaine laced with shit or it's all natural, made from our beautiful land.
Well,
Don't insult
no.
my country, Mickey.
No. Well, no. I mean, you grow coca, and the coca leaves are then processed with chemicals to make cocaine. You don't grow cocaine.
Mr. Buddha, I understand everything you're saying. And,
What?
I just want to
I feel like this is the basics of cocaine. Wait,
I've never had
everyone
a pleasure
knows this,
meeting
right?
with, face-to-face. In fact, I don't think we've ever even exchanged.
You don't
words
grow
face to face.
cocaine.
But trust me when I say that. I do not mean to disrespect
Wait,
you
what?
in any way.
Am I?
It appears we have a lot of friends in common, including my husband.
I'm right.
I'm just
Right,
looking
Chad?
out for my family. You know,
am I
I'm making
trolling?
Sure that they,
Am I thinking of a different drug?
They don't get fucked over in this. While respecting your wishes, you know, do you want to continue growing this business and, take it to new horizons, as they say?
Sophia, I respect your way of thinking, but it's very important to understand that there's multiple sharks in this game. The sea is not a small pond.
Well, up until today, up until recently, there was only really one shark, Mr. Buddha. Forgive me for saying this.
That you were aware of.
I mean, don't you think if there were other sharks in this small city, we would have, some of them would have popped up here and there and over there?
Well, I mean, also as a relative
Hey,
of
I gotta
Escobar.
go, guys. Give me like 2 seconds, we're back.
Okay, no worries. And also, as a relative of Escobar, you should, be used to having to deal with other contenders. I mean, Medellin worked with Cali, and they were able
Yeah,
to.
but usually the other contenders, Mickey, don't have it, just don't have it just given to them. You know, they have to work for it. They have to grow it. They have to learn the family trait.
I mean, you guys aren't growing it.
Mickey, you don't know anything about my family at all.
I mean,
And
listen.
I say that with all respect, Mickey. You really don't know anything about my family. We barely see each other in the city.
Well, again, we're not necessarily. I mean, yeah, unless you're growing cocaine in Los Santos. Again, we're not pretending to grow it. We're just shipping it and distributing it.
Yes, and that's what my family has been doing this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There was multiple cartels in Mexico that moved coke across the borders. I mean, there can be multiple
Mickey,
players in the game.
It appears to me that you are, I'm trying to be very understanding and very non-confrontational about this, but it appears to me that you're trying to imply that my family has no business in cocaine. Well,
No.
I'm simply trying to make an amicable agreement.
Oh,
It
absolutely
appears
not.
you're
If
trying to cut us
anything,
out.
if anything, I'm saying cut you guys out. We haven't said anything. You guys are welcome to sell cocaine. We're not worried about it.
Well, the problem is that you're taking I'm not going to discuss with you how the shipments work, but Mr. Mickey, in order for this to work, and, we would have to have some kind of mutual understanding. When Mr. Buddha gets back, I'll explain more of it. And honestly, to be honest, Mickey, I would love to just wash my hands of this, because it's been nothing but stressful. But again, I'm not going to fuck over my son and fuck over, you know, everything that we've worked hard for 2 months.
Oh,
And
Buddha's
then
right.
suddenly, you know, you're given this like a magic little, you know, money making system or money making, you know, fucking little treat, and you're like, oh yes, let me make all this money.
What makes you assume that we're just given this money-making treat, as you say? We worked very hard to establish this business.
Okay, Mickey, that no, you did not. I know that enough. I've already spoken to enough people to know that no, you didn't work very hard to establish this business.
But
Tell me, Mickey. Tell me how hard you worked. Go on. I'm listening.
We've invested, you know, all sorts of money into doing this. Yeah.
Yes. That's it, right? That's all you did.
Money, time, strategic labor, planning.
For fuck's sakes.
I mean, yeah.
You're making this a lot more difficult than it has to be, Mickey.
Oh, okay. So what would make this easy? Pitch to me the world that you are imagining here.
Well, I don't want to have to repeat myself when Mr. Lang gets back, so I'd rather just, you know, when he gets back.
Listen, I have... he sent me a message. He's actually not going to be coming back. He had to attend to some very important business, so you'll have to tell me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he had to leave Los Santos.
Oh.
He had a brief flight that was scheduled to go take care of some business, unrelated to this.
Been around. Let me call it 1 second.
We can take it out of emote only mode, by the way. I hope Buddha's mom's doing okay. Okay, chat, I was right about...
What I'm saying to you, Mickey, is that moving forward, I would like to form some kind of a business arrangement in which you guys can continue on your pursuits with this cocaina, but I was gonna say my son, but I guess supposed through me, because I'm the adult, we facilitate a way for us to be able to also benefit from the same shipments of cocaina.
And why would we do this?
Is that really a question, Mickey?
No, that's an honest question. Why would we do
Mickey,
this?
do you have no moral compass whatsoever? You're literally coming in on a business that my son literally worked his ass off for 2 months, establishing from the ground up, getting people to work for him, hiring those people to get people to work for them, creating a system in which it was sold, creating a market.
That's exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah, for how long, Mickey? Enlighten me.
Weeks.
You're basically, let me tell you what you're doing, Mickey. Like, if we're gonna keep it a book, you know, like a Mr. fucking forgot his name says, let me tell you what you're doing. What you're doing is you're coming into a market that already has a hunger for the product, because my son hasn't been around for a week. So then what you did was you are basically filling in that hunger with something that you didn't have to even work hard to create the hunger for. When Jimmy started this business from the ground up, most people weren't even interested in buying it, and he had to establish it in the city and get people to really understand how great it is for them to have the desire to buy it as much as they do now. So then when he took a week off and everybody was fucking fiending for it, you're going into that, you know, fucking market, and you're satisfying it with something that you didn't build from the ground up.
That sounds like smart business to me.
No, it sounds like it does not sound like smart business at all, Mr. Mickey. I think smart business would be
So what would you want us to do? Pitch to me what you think a good solution to this would be.
I said we should have some kind of business partnership.
So in the same day that you've threatened to kill me, and also...
You know what's beautiful about this, Jimmy? Oh God, I called you Jimmy. Mickey, you take no accountability for your actions whatsoever. It's fascinating to me how somebody could have an ego so big that they don't even see themselves in situations. Have you stopped and put yourself in my shoes at all for once and thought, what was she thinking when she found out that her son's business is now, you know, somebody else is in it, and who knows how they got in it, and everything.
Listen, we haven't taken your son's business. You guys are welcome to listen. Like I said, you guys are welcome
That's not
to
how it
continue
works,
business.
Mickey, and I'm afraid that maybe that's what you don't quite know yet. No,
Los Santos is a big city. There's a lot of demand for these things. Multiple people have, listen, you want to speak about other gangs? I know multiple gangs that run meth. Multiple gangs that run oxy. Multiple gangs that run marijuana. Well, I mean, I'm using those as analogies, as in multiple groups can run all of those drugs. I mean, if you guys want to run cocaine, go for it.
Well, Mickey, this is my...
Sorry, 1 second. I'll call you back. Sorry.
Okay, bye.
This is what I'm going to say. My last compromise in this, Mickey, and the one that I'm not willing to budge on, is that we come together to some kind of partnership with this cocaine business. If you're not willing to satisfy that, then I suppose I will figure out how to proceed.
I guess why would
it be mutually beneficial?
Why would it be beneficial for us to go into a partnership with you?
Because you literally had something handed to you that other people, an entire
Okay, we did not. We actually worked very hard to establish our operation.
Really? So you're telling me?
We actually did.
Okay, no, you did not work.
We invested a lot of money. Ironically, they spawned in coke. We had to pay for coke.
The cocaine, Mickey. I know how you got the connection to get all the shipments in. I know this already. It's why I'm being very amicable, is because I understand, how it all came about.
So then you know that we've worked very hard for this.
No, you haven't worked. Are you fucking kidding me, Mickey?
We actually have. No, I'm actually not. I'm dead serious.
You didn't
we
work
have worked
really hard
very hard for
at
this.
all, Mickey. You did. Like, how did you work hard for this?
Oh, I didn't.
It was basically handed to you. What do you mean?
No, it wasn't. And I actually did not work very hard. My associates were the one who worked very hard. I'm honestly just a middleman.
Yeah, and I can understand that maybe you don't have all the right information. Let me...
Oh, trust me. I know my associates worked very hard for this. That I can guarantee you.
But that's okay. My son is the one that... I mean, if you consider paying for it, working really hard, then perhaps that's not...
It goes beyond money.
Mickey, you have no fucking room to say it goes beyond money, because it goes beyond money for our family. We're the one that built it from the ground up and dealt with countless police investigations, countless people trying to murder our family. Like, what are you talking about? Do you understand how lunatic you sound right now?
From my perspective, I don't see it that way.
Of course not, because from your perspective, you're only leeching onto something that other people already built.
I mean, from my perspective, you guys had a nice hot flash of cocaine sales and a small operation going on. We're building an empire here, and we're setting
Mickey,
up the necessary things to do that.
Let me tell you something. I value you as a friend, but be careful with your words. I'm just going to say that one last time, because at that point, you're insulting my husband and you're insulting my son as well.
Listen, with all respect to your family, I haven't seen them around in the city supplying the city.
So because they haven't been around the city in, let me see, 5 days, that means that they no longer deserve respect for all the work that they've put in for the weeks prior?
Right, and I don't think you understand the perspective of the work that we've put in to establish what we're doing.
You haven't put in any work. How do you compare the work that you put in, Mickey, to the work that we put in? When we built a market for this product. And you're already coming into a market that's already in place. All you really do is profit. Now, Mickey, I'm going to say something. Listen, I can be crazy sometimes, partly for being Colombian and partly because I'm a woman. But trust me when I say that I'm also incredibly rational when I need to be. And I'm being incredibly rational at the moment. And it appears to me that you're trying to fuck me. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. And my patience is starting to run thin.
Well, then I guess there's nothing more for us to discuss.
You're coming into a market that you're already profiting on.
We have no intention of doing business with you.
you're telling me you speak for all of your associates as well, correct? This is
Yes, I
you're
speak
speaking
for Lang
them
Buddha
right
when
now?
I say, as of right now, we have no intention of doing business with you. If you want Otto to set up a separate meeting with Lang and want the two of them to discuss, fine by me. But as of now, we're not doing business together.
Okay. Well, good luck selling the cocaine, Mr. Micky.
Well, I appreciate that. And again, you guys are welcome to continue your business as you please.
You know what's funny, Mickey? When I came into this city and when I first met you, my impression of you was a much different one than it is now. Now I realize that you're willing to step on anyone that you have to in order to try to make a name for yourself. And it's actually quite sad, you know? Leeching off of other people's hard work is not really... I don't know how you sleep at night.
All right, emote only mode off. Oh, we didn't get shot, so... I was like, dude, this is a cool RP today. Cool RP. Hey, no reason to be toxic to Sophia. I think it's like really cool. Well, I don't think that was bringing OOC into it. Oh no, I think it's all really cool. It's yeah, she made it spicy. Yeah, like, you guys have to understand, my character can think she's delusional and think she's out of pocket. That doesn't mean the RP is bad. That's cool RP. Oh my god, chat's going so... how does Buddha read chat like this, dude? It's going so fast. You guys are wild right now. What's up, guys? Oh, I gotta call AJ.
Hey, yo, what's up, man?
Where are you?
I'm by the apartment.
Okay. Where do you want to meet?
Do you want to meet by the Vinewood sign? Or we can meet anywhere.
Meet at the red garage by apartments.
Okay, like the top floor?
Yep, top floor, red garage.
Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes.
All
Bye.
right, see you there. Bye. We still have Coke, I think, left over. I'm Probs AFK. Thanks for the... I have so many subs to shout out. Yeah, I feel like Coke kind of creates its own market. Like, it just sort of is. What's also interesting about all these dynamics is that, like, I feel like I will say this. All the arguments Mickey is making towards Sophia are kind of valid because they are all true in outside the city. The idea that the supply, like the demand was great enough that single cartels couldn't actually supply it all. Multiple groups had to work together to ship stuff. Why cartels formed in the first place. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, she doesn't know, like, listen, they don't know that OOC about solving the puzzle or stuff like that. I honestly, like, it creates tension, and I liked the RP. Guys, it's fine if she treats Mickey like trash. Like, I think a lot, like, one of the things I try to, like, explain to people is that with RP, it's like, it's okay for certain situations to feel uncomfortable, and like remember, we're playing characters that have their own flaws and have their own goals. She has her own goals and flaws with her character. Obviously Mickey thinks she's delusional, so it's good stuff.